The Tragic History of the Life and Death of Dr. Faustus, commonly shortened to the title character's name, Dr. Faustus, is a play that was written by Christopher Marlowe and was published in 1604. In this lesson, we'll explore the plot of this play and analyze some of the major characters, themes, and symbols. Dr. Faustus, a respected German scholar, is bored with the traditional types of knowledge available to him. He wants more than logic, medicine, law, and religion. He wants magic. His friends, Valdez and Cornelius, began to teach him magic, which he uses to summon a devil named Mephistopheles. Faustus tells Mephistopheles to return to his master, Lucifer, with an offer of his soul in exchange for 24 years of having Mephistopheles and all his knowledge of magic at his beck and call. Mephistopheles returns to Faustus with a contract for his soul, which Faustus signs in his own blood. As soon as he signs the contract, words appear on his arm, which give him doubts about what he has just done. Mephistopheles calms Faustus's doubts by giving him valuable gifts and a book of spells to learn. Later, Mephistopheles answers all Faustus's questions about the nature of the world, and refuses to answer only when Faustus wants to know who created the universe. This sets off yet another series of doubts in Faustus. But Mephistopheles and Lucifer quiet those doubts by bringing in the 7 deadly sins in human form to dance for Faustus. Mephistopheles then takes Faustus on a wild chariot ride through the heavens, landing in Rome, where Faustus torments Pope Adrian for his passing judgment on a rival pope, by making himself invisible and stealing Pope Adrian's food and smacking his ears. He becomes famous for this and is invited to visit the German Emperor, Charles V, who is the enemy of Pope Adrian. Faustus impresses the emperor by conjuring up an image of Alexander the Great. One of the emperor's knights sneers at Faustus's magical powers, and Faustus punishes him by making antlers sprout from his head. Meanwhile, Robin, the clown of Faustus's servant, Wagner, has picked up some magic on his own and, with a stable hand named Rafe, uses his new magical skills to get free booze and even summons Mephistopheles, who threatens to turn them both into animals. Their misadventures add to the comic relief to the play. Faustus travels to England, where he sells an enchanted horse to a horse dealer. When the man rides his new horse over water, it turns into a bale of straw. The Duke of Vanholt hears about this and invites Faustus to visit him and his wife, the Duchess. The horse dealer shows up, along with Robin and Rafe, vowing to get even. Faustus casts a spell of silence on them, so they cannot speak of his wrongs, and sends them on their way, which amuses the Duke and Duchess of Vanholt. As the end of his contract approaches, Faustus begins to dread his impending doom, and has Mephistopheles call up Helena Troy, so that he might impress a group of his colleagues. An old man urges Faustus to repent and turn back to God, but he sends Mephistopheles to torment the old man and drive him away. Faustus then summons up Helen again so that he might immerse himself in her ancient beauty. But time grows short. Faustus, filled with dread, confesses his misdeeds to a group of his colleagues who vow to pray for him. On the final night of his life, Faustus is overcome by fear and remorse. He begs for mercy, but it is too late. The clock strikes midnight, and a group of devils enter Faustus's study to claim his soul. The next morning, his colleagues find his body torn limb from limb and decide to give him a proper burial.